today, from Toronto, Canada, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Toronto Mounties taking on the Orlando Sentinels.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Orlando Sentinels and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they interplay here. They too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
Justin Tucker.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken about a yard deep. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
1st and 10 at the
13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the
operating from the gun. Lawrence. Incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Lawrence. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And in Orlando.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The pass.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
To pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Watson, off play action. He completes this one to Mack. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it.
Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2. At the 24.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Made at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 3. First down, Orlando.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That is caught at the 7.
Watson.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
To number 18. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
On first down, Lawrence. And he completes it to Hunt. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. For a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, standing just outside his own goal line. 7 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Nick Bosa in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
Throwing on third down, Watson, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
In punt formation.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
His guys take over first and 10. At their own.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. From the gun, Lawrence, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
For Austin Hooper. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes.
The quarterback set.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Lawrence is back.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Oh, nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run with Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Lawrence. And he fires one, but incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And his kick is good, not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. Good sizable run there by Deshaun Watson on the RPO.
That's in his DNA as a quarterback. He's been doing that since high school. He understands the RPO game as well as any quarterback in the league, and he makes excellent decisions. And when he takes off and goes, his team's pretty happy about it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
A shotgun snap for Watson. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 30-yard.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Deshaun Watson. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Tucker on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And what we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. You got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now man open down the middle of the field. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone.
This is caught inside the 15. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Connection made with Chenault. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, here's Hunt. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Avoids him at the 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over.
Their own 41-yard.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, Watson. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Incomplete.
Throwing again is Watson. He shakes him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run by Mack. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give them 14 on that one, and a 1st down.
First down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Offense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still first down.
Again, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. That's complete to Slayton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Gain of a yard. 1st down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
They go play action here on 1st down. This one is Slayton over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and
a good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run it with Mack. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Ball carrier.
Marlon Mack, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Tucker now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
They run again with Hunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
The ball carrier.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
The 49-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Back his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
26.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Watson. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
From the gun. Watson. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And brought down
but not before they're inside the 25. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
From the gun, Lawrence. Incomplete.
Lawrence's pass.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
The score, Sentinels 17, Mounties 9.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 21-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. Incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 20.
From the gun, Watson.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Watson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
A gain of 7.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Watson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Watson looks to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the air yet again, Watson. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. We'll call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw is Watson. They'll run the screen with Mack. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Kick is good.
And that will bump the lead up to 11.
Sentinels 20. Mounties 9.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, pushed their backs clearly against the wall.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And then with this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Lawrence. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
from the gun. Lawrence. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown. LaVisca Chenault. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. From the gun, Lawrence. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got nothing.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown! Marlon Mack with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Tucker now to add the point after.
Extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Justin Tucker.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And man over the middle, and it's complete. Defense have it, they do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
The previous play is under review.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Lawrence. In trouble, and he's taken down.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Pass incomplete from the contact.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack, finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 46 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
Is good.
And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
30. Mounties 17.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department. And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 13, and time, a huge factor. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. On 1st down, Lawrence. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He's going to let it fly. Unable to connect. Incomplete. We'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
LaVisca Chenault. Incomplete.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Watson. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Keeps the score, Sentinels 36.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Throwing after the interception. Lawrence. He'll leave it for Hunt. Complete.
Lawrence.
That catch good for only a couple. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Derek Brown picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
36.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for our visitors, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.